Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the Black Financial Channel. Today, we're going to talk about two things that you may want to know. One is there is a sector that I'm investing in that I believe is going to really kick some butt in the near future, and I'm going to tell you about that. Two, you got to be worried about Bitcoin right now, and some of the experts are saying some really crazy things about Bitcoin. So get comfortable, hit that thumbs up button right now. We're going to get started on the Black Financial Channel in 3, 2, 1, and go. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the Black Financial Channel. That's theblackfinancialchannel.com. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins. I'm your friendly neighborhood finance professor. On this platform, we talk about wealth and economics every day, sometimes as much as 10 times a day, because we believe that Black wealth is our number one priority. We are building our community. We are paying ourselves reparations, and the checks are cashing in. We believe in putting ourselves at the top of the priority list, and that means that our community matters more than any other community. We will save ourselves before we save anybody else. If you agree with this philosophy, put a hashtag B and the number one in the chat. Hashtag B1 is our calling card. That's what we do. That's what we believe. So let's get it started here. I want to talk to you guys about a couple of quick things before I actually go over to my Twitch channel. I'm going to spend some time gaming with my homies. We play Call of Duty sometimes on the weekend. So if you are into that kind of thing, feel free to go to twitch.tv and look up Dr. Boyce Watkins, and you will find me in the war zone on Call of Duty, busting heads and blowing brains out. That's what I do. That's what I have fun doing. And if you think it's immature, then that's absolutely true, because maturity is highly overrated. Once you make your money and you handle your business, you can do whatever the hell you want. That's what being a boss means. Now, with that said, here's the deal. Bitcoin. Let's start with Bitcoin. How many of you own Bitcoin? Give me a yes or no in the chat if you own Bitcoin. I'm raising both hands because I own some Bitcoin. I got to check how much I own. I own a lot. I own a lot of Bitcoin. I have done dollar cost averaging on Bitcoin for a while, and I own a lot of it. I'm just going to, promise me you're not going to get mad at me for bringing you some bad news. I hate doing this. I know y'all get mad because I it's like some black folks so emotional. You were talking bad. You were hating on Kwame Brown, and he's our Jesus. We love him. Hey, just to get out your feelings, man, let me just give you some facts. Don't kill the messenger. Let me just give you some facts. Bitcoin could be in trouble. Bitcoin could be in big trouble right now, and I want you guys to know why. Bitcoin is, right now, by many analysts, they see Bitcoin as something that could actually plummet to as low as $20,000. Now, let me give the argument. First of all, Bitcoin's been dying lately. It's been sick. It's had coronavirus for the last couple of weeks. Let me see. I'm looking here. Bitcoin over the last week has dropped 8%. Today, it dropped 5%. This month, it's dropped 35% from a high at the beginning of the month of about 59K to about $34,418.49, which sucks. Now, the good news is that Bitcoin has gone up 254% over the last year. That's a good thing. Now, here's what you have to deal with, though. Bitcoin is, according to technical analysts, and I'm real hesitant to really lean on this too much, because when I was in graduate school, technical analysis was seen as almost sacrilegious. It was almost seen like, economic voodoo. But I think technical analysis actually has some merit. That's what I wrote. Actually, I wrote my dissertation on a form of technical analysis called momentum trading and reversals. So I do believe technical analysis has some merit, and it's something worth at least listening to. Basically, the argument that's being made right now with Bitcoin is that Bitcoin has become shaky because the volatility has gotten so messy that it's the number one reason for existing. Its number one reason for becoming so popular is starting to disappear. The biggest thing you had with Bitcoin was you had more institutional ownership. You had the big money, the smart money, the billionaires were buying into Bitcoin because they saw Bitcoin as an adequate store of value. They saw it as a great hedge against inflation. They saw it as a great place to put their money. Now that's starting to come under question. Elon Musk kind of shot a little bit of that when he started hating on Bitcoin and attacking it. And a lot of corporate money managers are saying, I don't think I want to put my job on the line to own the Bitcoin. And it's showing due to the fact that many of them are starting to sell their Bitcoin at a loss. They're thinking, my God, I can't handle a 34% loss in a month. It might be a good long-term investment, but by that time I will have lost my job. So a lot of big institutional money managers, they don't hate Bitcoin. It's not that they don't think Bitcoin can't be something that works long-term. They're just looking for things that where they can put their money where it's going to be a little bit safer. where you can still get that hedge against inflation without having the roller coaster ride that comes with it. Stable coins, for example, are something that they're looking at where you can get a nice little 7% yield. You could get relatively low risk, and that allows you to still jump in the crypto boom without necessarily getting on the bull roller coaster ride of Bitcoin. Bitcoin has had 3 major drops in the last 10 years. They had one drop in 2011 of about 93%. That was when Bitcoin was new. Very few people were using it. That market crashed back then to almost nothing, to smithereens. 2014, you had another crash of 84%. In 2018, you had another crash of 84%. So what they're basically arguing is that if you see something happen now that's similar to what's happened in the past, you could see Bitcoin drop to as low as $20,000. So the question I ask you is this. Give me a yes or no. I'd be curious to know what your thoughts are. If Bitcoin were to go to $20,000 next week, 20,000, because it's already gone down over $20,000 actually. It was as high as 64,000. It's gone down 30K already. If Bitcoin went down another 14K and hit 20K and sat there for 3 years, do you have the patience and the ability to hold Bitcoin long enough to wait for Bitcoin to hopefully rise back from the dead, with no guarantees that that's going to happen? There's no guarantees in this game. Like, Bitcoin has been alive for a very short amount of time. So, I mean, Beyonce's career is twice as long as the age of Bitcoin. So you're not talking about some asset that's got 100 years of data we can look at. You're really talking about the last decade. And even when you had the big percentage drops, you had a different dynamic in the underlying asset. There's a difference between a 96% drop when the asset is at $10 versus a 90% drop when it's at 64,000. So those are two different regimes that you're really talking about. But can you hold that long? Can you hold? Give me a yes or no. If somebody says, it won't. Okay, Jay. I hope you're right, J9. Maybe you're right. I mean, we believe in white Jesus, and we also believe that Bitcoin is going to never fall, and that Dogecoin is going to go to the moon. I hear all of that. It's like a religion. It really is religious. Yeah, Mario says no. I'm going to tell you, I'll probably hold just because I think that there's long-term potential there, but I'm holding in a very squeamish way. I don't believe for sure that this is going to work out. I think that this could end very badly because there's too many uncertain variables out here, too much weird regulation. There's no regulatory clarity around crypto, and that's one of the biggest problems you have. China's already making it real clear. We don't want this stuff here. We want to get a piece of the action. The Chinese government, biggest gangsters in the world. Well, they're probably first with the U.S. government coming in a close second. So believe me, China's the original gangsters, but the United States government is going to be the secondary gangsters, and I believe they're going to come in and get their piece and claim to create order in this market by making sure that they're getting a big chunk of it, which might mean killing off some of your cryptocurrencies. I'm not saying that for sure, but you got to be real careful. Okay, so hit the thumbs up button, hit the thumbs up, share, subscribe button, and also financialworkbooks.com is on the page. If you're interested, we actually have financial workbooks and flashcards for children, Black children. We designed them for Black children. They were designed by Black educators, by Black experts in the Black community. If you're interested in taking a look, just go to financialworkbooks.com. Getting your children on the wealth train early, teaching them wealth at an early age, allows them to be in a position where they're going to do better than most of their friends 20 years down the line. So we don't want your kids to be stuck like a lot of the adults are now, stuck with student loans, stuck with jobs that they hate, stuck with no money in the bank. I want your kids to have a better future. So you got to start now. So feel free to go to financialworkbooks.com if we can help you. All right. So hit the thumbs up button, share, subscribe button. I'm going to talk also about another industry where there is a lack of regulatory clarity, and that is cannabis. Cannabis is an industry where there is tremendous potential. There's a lot of money that is going to get made in this industry. And all the experts are pointing to cannabis to say, my God, when this happens, it's going to blow up the way Snoop Dogg blew up when he released his first Doggy Style album back in 1994. Remember that? Anybody old enough to remember that when Snoop Dogg came out and he was on the cover of Time magazine and that was a big deal? Well, I think cannabis is the Snoop Dogg of the investing world, because I believe that once you get some regulatory clarity, once the government decides what the heck it wants to do, once you get some sort of uniform federal regulation, you're going to see the cannabis industry just kaboom, just pop, go crazy. I think that things like Aurora Cannabis or a cannabis ETF can position you to benefit from that. I am literally dumping money every week into cannabis related investments. I'm not trying to go. I've talked to a lot of cannabis experts. I've had them on this platform. I know people that have weed farms, and I know people that are growing all kinds of stuff. My brother, what's my brother's name? I want to say his name. I'm going to give him a shout out. I can't remember his name though. My God, he came to my wedding, and for some reason his name's not in my brain, but I like the guy a lot. And he went all the way down to Georgia, has a whole farm where they're growing hemp, actually, which apparently hemp is and I got to reach out to him because I want to bring him into the Black Business School because he's making money hand over fist growing hemp, right? He says hemp is easier because you don't have all the issues that you have with cannabis, right? The legal issues. But anyway, with that being said, though, I don't really want to grow a big farm. I don't really want to run a cannabis company, but I do invest in cannabis stocks. And so I think Aurora is a nice one, or a cannabis ETF to position you. This is not investment advice. This is just me telling you what I'm doing. It positions you so that when cannabis pops, when Biden finally keels over and resigns. I don't believe Biden. I'm telling you, this is a conspiracy theorist in me. Get mad at me if you want to, but this is what I believe. I don't believe that anybody in their right mind thought that Joe Biden at 112 years old or whatever his age is was going to finish his term. I don't believe that they expect that. They definitely didn't expect him to do 2 terms. They probably didn't expect him to be 1. Kamala Harris is going to be your president. She's going to be your first female president. Whether or not she's your first Black president is up to you to decide whether you think Kamala is Black or not. I don't really care about that right now. I care about your money. Your money going to be green when Kamala goes through and passes that cannabis legislation, because there's a reason why she went on the Breakfast Club saying that she smoked weed, listening to Biggie and Pac back in the 1980s before Biggie and Pac ever even came out. So Kamala said that these people are smart. They're very strategic. They release information in a specific and specified way. They send signals to the market. Her signal is that Biden believes in the decriminalization of weed. He believes that you shouldn't be treated as a criminal because of weed, which I agree with. Even Biden, it's the beginning of him making up for the fact that he incarcerated more Black men than any president in American history. So he believes in the decriminalization of weed. Kamala believes in the legalization of weed. That is a tiny differential, but it's massive in your portfolio. So Boyce is going to be the weed man. Believe me, me and Dr. Alicia, my wife, going to have plenty of paper over in the cannabis space because we're going to just sit back and wait for it to blow. And that's what it's going to be. All right, guys. So there you go. So if you want to know more about the things I'm invested in and also come to a class with us, we have class every Tuesday where we get to do deep dives in some of this stuff. Like, so for example, on Tuesday, I want to talk a little bit more about the meme stocks and which meme stocks I believe you can hold and actually do well in. Feel free to join our class. It's the blackstockmarketprogram.com. The first month is free. There's a 30-day, 100% money back guarantee if you are unhappy for any reason. But everybody's happy because we deliver, and we are the best Black economic institution on the planet, and we are the best in the world of teaching Black people. So if you'd like to join us, we are B1 Black First. That's 100% Black First all the time. You ain't got to be Black to be there. But just know that we are here to build the Black community, not build anybody else's community but ours. And we don't celebrate nonsense. We don't celebrate rappers just because they're rapping. We celebrate Black people building Black wealth, and that's what we're all about. So if you'd like to join, even if you're not Black, that's fine. Just like I could go to Notre Dame. Notre Dame's a Catholic school. I ain't got to be Catholic to go to Notre Dame. Well, same thing is true. You ain't got to be Black to come to the Black Business School, but you got to know what the Black Business School is all about. We are B1 Black First. So feel free to join us in the Black Stock Market Program. We have class every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern, and you can come in, ask me questions, send your questions in advance. I answer every single question the students submit, and that's a really fun thing that we do every Tuesday. So feel free to take a look, and I'm out of here, guys. So hit the thumbs up button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button before you go, and I'll be back in a little bit. But right now, I'm going to go play some Call of Duty and hang out with my friends, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care, and have a nice day. See you soon. Peace.